Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest and welcome to September 17, 2024. We have just under 1 hour left of trading today, and this is the first time I've looked at the market and the market performance today. Oh, I did look at some announcements, but by about 10 a.m., I have been completely free of the goings-ons or the machinations of the market today. But I'm seeing plenty of green. Seems like everything's had a pretty, no, maybe not pretty good day, an okay day today. XJO, all ords, small caps, and resources all up between 0.2 and 0.3%. The star performer today has been all tech, up 0.64%. That does surprise me again because NASDAQ had a weekday or overnight session, Monday session, and the Dow Jones did all the heavy lifting, which probably suggests all tech on the ASX should have had a weekday and some of the other indices should have had a better day. So who knows what's going on there. Okay, so because I haven't really looked at anything that's been going on today, I did write down a few companies that released some okay announcements, but nothing spectacular that I thought might really move the market, apart from one or two, and I'll discuss why. Um, I really have to focus and use the best and worst performing companies, or the top gainers and top losers, to really hopefully guide me towards a few other companies that have had interesting days. So I'll do that in a second. But before I do that, we'll have a look at the best and worst performing sectors and indices. And then top 5 stocks today. No idea what these 5 companies are. If I don't find another one, I'll talk about New Hope. They did release results. SRG. Oh, I do want to talk about SRG no matter what, because they did come back with their not placement, their share purchase plan results, and I did participate in that particular share purchase plan, and I'll talk about what happened. I'll also talk about a few possible acquisitions that more than likely will affect a couple of company share prices to the upside, and hopefully, well, we'll find one or two companies in the stock scan screener that'll do in a second. Okay, so let's move on to the best and worst performing sectors and indices. And just by looking at STX, it's been up and down all over the place, trading in a range between 8,160 and 8,180. Is that right? I don't know. No, because it's 3,381. I wish there was some sort of what do you call it? Scale for Ortec, but there's not one for that. Anyway, let's have a look at the sectors. IT's had best sector. Real estate not far behind. So I'm assuming Goodman Group's had a pretty good day. In fact, lots of green here. In fact, everything's green apart from staples and discretionary, and both of those only down slightly. So nothing really bad's happened today, just by looking at the different sectors. Even the indices, a pretty good day there. Where's gold? Gold's probably the only negative thing on the ASX today. That's down 0.36%. Okay, so let's have a look at the ASX 20, up 0.3%. I probably expect maybe 14 companies up, 6 down. Why not? Yeah, let's go with that. 14 companies up, 6 down. That seems to work. And which 6 companies are down? And they're not down by much. Wesfarmers, worst performing company in the ASX 20, only down 0.31%. This is probably the definition of a fairly boring day. Now let's have a look at the best performing companies. Brambles had another good day. Fortescue, Aristocrat, Goodman Group, Westpac, all up by over 0.51%. So if anything, today's been pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Definitely not bad, but pretty good. Okay, let's move on to the best performing, or the top gainers and the top losers. Yeah, let's call it that. The top gainers and the top losers. Now, by percentage change, there is a company called Octava Minerals. Sounds like a Roman general or something like that. Octava Minerals up 97.92% on pretty big turnover. A market cap 4.26 million. I've never heard of this company. They obviously released something today. I would say this is some sort of drilling results. Are they gold? Maybe copper? Maybe niobium, antimony? or anti-money. Let's have a look at a company I've never heard of before. And now, in fact, I might put this into my top 5 stocks of the day. I'll write it down, Octava. They'll come in number 5 because I have no idea about Octava. I just wanted to confirm they have released something, but just by the turnover and the percentage change, they've definitely released something. Bigtincan, do want to discuss Bigtincan, share price up 33%. And otherwise, most of these companies, I was going to say fairly low turnover, but a few of these companies are up on okay turnover, like Stellar Metals. Again, another company I've never heard of. This company is, did they release anything today? They did. High-grade copper rock chips at Lone Pine. Yes, the market is reacting to rock chips. I have seen this before, however. So a copper exploring company, Stellar Metals. Let's have a look at the chart for this company. Again, I have never heard of this company. There's over 2,000 companies on the ASX, and there's quite a few companies I've never heard of, and most of those companies are mining exploring companies. And when you look at the daily chart, nothing to get excited about just yet. Even the volume, even though it is larger than normal, it's not excessive. And share price has been going sideways for a while, but I'm not sure this is a breakout I'd be looking for just yet. Main reason behind that is this company had 2 interesting days in the middle of July. So that's Stellar Metals. And the other company here was Lycaon Resources, LYN. A little bit of a larger company, but it has a market cap of $18 million, which is still 3 times the size of Stellar. Stellar! Just thinking of Marlon Brando and what's that movie? Streetcar Named Desire. And Stellar. Yeah, anyway. Did this company release anything today? No, it released something yesterday. West Arunta Heritage Approval received. So let's have a look at the chart for this company, LYN. And maybe some mining exploring companies, investors, traders are excited about this company. It's a better looking chart. You can just see a bit of volatility since about April, May, up and down like a yo-yo. Maybe this is another one of those up bits in the yo-yo, and over the next few weeks, share price will pull back. Really nice vol in the last 2 days. So it's really interesting to see the market react today after the reaction yesterday. That can be a sign, a positive sign, but not necessarily. So that's another one, Lyco, and use a better, more easily, use a more, or give, or provide us with a more easier to pronounce name. I'm sorry, Lycaon. I have no idea. I'm an idiot when it comes to pronunciation. By the way, I'm going to put this into my high volume spec. Yeah, why not? So it's Lycaon, whatever. And that's probably it. So some companies here are up on $97 of Pacific Edge, up 15% on $97 worth of trading today. Okay, so let's have a look by market cap. This is where we might see more interesting companies. I'm liking Telix Pharmaceuticals, long-term shareholder of that company, up 5.2%. I'd say more than likely what's been driving Telix is just a little bit of noise. I don't know. Did they release anything? I don't remember them releasing anything. No, they didn't. I would have known if they released something, and maybe I missed something, or maybe they released something after 10 a.m. Let's have a look at the chart for Telix. Why not? Let's have a look at the chart for Telix Pharmaceuticals. Nothing wrong about this chart. I did pause there for a little bit because we have seen a couple of lower highs and one lower low. So there is possibility that the trend in this company is trying to change. And even though the share price has risen today by 5.2%, it fell yesterday by 6.5%. So you can just say this is a little bit of a bounce. But even though generally, if you look at the longer picture here, share price is an uptrend, there is some signs that possibly the trend is changing. Now, I think there's a better chance the share price will just move sideways for a while, then we'll see a long-term downtrend because there is a lot of promise and I wouldn't say hype in this company, but yeah. And you can just see the turnover, $16 million worth of shares traded today. Polynovo, I'm pretty sure they had a down day yesterday. Why don't I have a look at the chart for that? Platinum Asset management. I do want to discuss this company. So this company will make it into my top 5 stocks of the day. Appen, EBR Systems, pretty sure Pacific Smiles. There was another takeover bid for that company. Did not include that company in my top 5, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happened. I'm just going to confirm. Pacific Smiles. And I'm pretty sure the previous takeover bid was knocked back. I might be mistaken there. Off-market takeover offer from Genesis Capital. Is this a new company? I don't really follow Pacific Smiles, to be honest with you. But anyway, E-Roads in there, nice little bounce there. Aries Resources, Copper Play. There's Bigtincan. And I think that's about it, because now we're getting down to small market caps. Okay, so let's have a look at the worst performing companies. This is the sort of day when you don't want to see your company in this list, no matter what. In fact, any sort of day, you don't want to see your company in this list. And I'm looking at the worst performing companies by percentage change, and they're all small. In fact, one of these companies has seen minimal trades. That's Newfield Resources, share price down 14%. There's not even dollar number next to the turnover because there's probably been one share traded. So let's have a look at this company. What was it called again? Newfield Resources. Company never heard of. Probably a small or illiquidly traded mining exploring company. Probably one share traded. Yep, one trade. No, yeah, one trade. Volume 9 shares. The worth or the value of those 9 shares is about 72 cents, if that. And so one trade, there it is. Where's the course of sales? There it is at 2:47 p.m. Why? 77 cents. In fact, there should be $1 next to that now. Well, technically, there should be $1. Anyway, so not much to talk about here, particularly when you're looking at the turnover, the size of the companies. A company called Tubani Resources, there is a bit of turnover there. I'm just going to open up this one because the ticker code is TRE, which is the airport code for Taree, town I grew up in. The airport code is actually YTRE. Anyway, China actually did look interesting. Did they release anything? Company update. There you go. Company update. Share price down 10.4%. So there might be something in this. Let's open it up. The company update for Tubani Resources. What's happening here? Okay, so someone's joining the board. They're talking about the board, a feasibility study. Okay, talking about relationships with state of Mali. I'm not sure about the country of Mali. Anyway, I don't know anything about this company. So let's have a quick look at the chart. Is this just a bit of noise? TRE, Tubani Resources. And I'd say this is just a little bit of profit taking. Share price has been a little bit of a run recently. Really nice volume. This, in fact, is a nice looking chart. Increasing volume back in March, April, and that's before the share price started to go on a run. We did see a peak in volume in June, and that is the breakout for Tubani Resources. And the last few days, we did see the share price really take off. I would say this is just a bit of profit taking, and this company update, maybe there was something in there the market didn't like, and that's why the share price has slipped a little bit. But no, I have no problems with this chart at all. Okay, and what else is there? Nothing. Company like rent.com.au, $432 turnover. Anyway, let's move on to the top losers by market cap. Maybe there's something more interesting in here. Spartan Resources, Callus Metals, a few high rolling gold companies having a bit of a possible buy the dip situation today. SPR and CYL. In fact, let's have a look at the chart for both of these. Is this an opportunity to buy the dip? A very short-lived dip, probably, maybe. Oh, Spartan Resources is starting to look interesting. The most previous high 2 days ago didn't quite get above the high before that. If the share price falls below about $1.20, that could be sort of the first signs of trouble for Spartan Resources. Callus, not surprised to see a little bit of profit taking with this one. Was it Callus? Yeah. Not surprised to see a little bit of profit taking. Share price has been on a run for quite a while. And the last 3 days, share price has really taken off. It's increased from about 220 up to 280. So not surprised to see this sort of day for this company. And no, I don't think either of those companies released anything today. I could be wrong, by the way. Let me just verify that. Share price down 9% for Spartan. Nothing, and I doubt Catalyst released anything. I'm pretty sure if they did release something, I would have noticed. Now, the last thing they released was a corporate presentation. Serco, Wildcat, Meteoric Resources, Calix, Vez Biome, probably a little bit of profit taking there. Brockman. Oh, Brockman did release something today. I did open it up and I just saw a little bit of wording there and I closed it immediately because it was just Chinese or something. And you might say, why would I do that? Yeah, the annual results. I'm not that drawn to companies that have not operations in China, but Chinese companies that listed on the ASX. And this mainly goes back to about 2014 to 2016 or 17. Quite a few Chinese companies list on the ASX, and they've all gone. They've all completely went kaput, and they lost investors a lot of money. So I do or am a little bit wary about these type of companies. I'm not sure if Brockman fits into that. It says it's incorporated in Bermuda. Yeah, do they have any revenue? No. So I have no interest in Brockman at all. Has a markup of, what was it? $120 million, $130 million. And otherwise, nothing else here. It's been a good day. No companies I own. That's a good day. All right. So let's get to the top 5 stocks today. I did actually write down one chart to look at, XRG. So I might get to that later in the video. So let's start with this company called Octava Minerals. They should have released whatever they released next month because the ticker code would be relevant. OCT, October. High grade antimony, again, antimony at Yallalong Discovery Project. Share price up 87%. I'm just looking at the share price high today. And I'm going to be quite brutal, not brutal, but quite blunt. There's been a lot of profit taking. And I could almost guarantee you what the chart looks like. Share price had been downtrend, drifting down and down. They released this today. Share price popped up, went to a high of 14 cents, a lot of profit taking because share price has been in downtrend. So Octava Minerals, this is about antimony at Yallalong. I have no idea how to read these sort of announcements, particularly antimony. SB's the what do you call it? The element ticker code. I was going to say ticker code. I just want to say ticker code. The element symbol. I'm pretty sure that's called. I don't know much about antimony. Anyway, but there's been a lot of antimony announcements released over the past 3 to 6 months. And this is another one. So so if this was gold, I probably would be able to read a little bit better than antimony. I'm not sure if this is good, but based off the market reaction, possibly these are pretty good numbers. So I do know you have to look at depth. Depth is important, and the grade would be important too. But yeah, anyway. This is a mining exploring company. China. Oh, this is interesting. I actually didn't know this little bit. Antimony is on the critical minerals list of a number of countries with its dual use applications in both commercial and military. They've got some other interesting information here. China, 50% of global production, which is why this would be on the critical minerals list, because China has most, if not all, maybe not all, but it has most of the global production and by far, most of the global processing. This is why antimony is on the critical minerals list, and maybe this is why a lot of companies are exploring for this particular mineral. That's all I want to talk about when it comes to this company. It's a fairly small company. There was some interesting statements by Managing Director Bevan Wakelam. Now, when I say interesting, I'm just reading this on the fly. It was noted that the historic drilling for antimony has been carried out at the project, and with ingot prices increasing from $8,000 a tonne to now over $24,500 a tonne, there is definitely unfinished business for antimony. Maybe that's another reason why there's a lot of these sort of announcements being released, because the price of antimony has increased. I wouldn't even know how to find antimony charts. Anyway, I might do that at the end of this video. Not as I'm recording, but after I finish recording. So let's have a look at the chart for Octava. It still thinks it belongs in a Roman, like that Rome, was it HBO Rome TV show, Octava? One of the guys who killed Julius Caesar, that sort of thing. OCT. Yep, this is exactly what I thought. Share price drifting lower. Share price popped up today, pretty big volume, but because the share price has been drifting lower, in fact, there was a bit of a resistance zone here between about, I'd say between about 10 and 15 cents. Share price moved into that zone, and we have seen share price sold off. And even now, the one-day candlestick looking pretty negative. But I'm going to put this into my high volume spec. Quite a few companies are in that. So this probably is the first good announcement this company has released since they listed on the ASX back in 2022. Another reason why I've never heard of this company is their recent, recent listing on the ASX. So it's Octava coming in at number 5 on the top 5 stocks of the day. Coming in number 4, I'm going to do this in order that I've written it down. Why not? Bigtincan. Share price up 35%. So you might be saying, oh, this is going to be a good announcement here. Receipt of non-binding proposal. So it's a possible takeover bid for Bigtincan. The third or fourth within the last 2 or 3 years. I'm pretty sure the first one was at 80 cents. Then the next one was like at 30 cents. The next one is at 20 cents. This one, I'm pretty sure, is at 20 cents as well. And if Bigtincan's management accepts this, and if I was a shareholder, I'd be peeved off. I'd be significantly peeved off because they knocked back the takeover bid a few years ago at about 80 cents. Then they did a significantly discounted cap raising at about 50 cents, something like that. And I'd be so peeved off if they accept this one. We're knocking back that one. So revised, non-binding. So this is another proposal from Vector Capital. I'm pretty sure it's at 20 cents. It contains a following statement: having reviewed the publicly available financial year 24 year-end financial results and now having identified lenders willing and able to provide Vector with the necessary debt financing, they are willing to pay 20 cents per share. Unconditional, does not have a financing contingency, and is subject only to legal due diligence and entering into binding long-form documents. The board of Bigtincan will evaluate the revised proposal. Why not just knock it back, say get lost? Anyway, that's why the share price is up. That's it. And again, I'm going to be really interested to see what they do. Based off where the share price is, I think the market's a little bit skeptical about this one. If the market was a little bit more non-skeptical, what's the opposite of skeptical? A little bit optimistic that this will go through, the share price would be a little bit higher than it is right now. So let's have a look at the chart for Bigtincan, and it's been a disaster story for this company over the last 3 years. Share price reached a high $1.50. I'm pretty sure it's $1.50. Let's see. Oh, it got very close to $1.50. $1.45 back in late 2020, and then share price moved into a downtrend in December, late 2021. So it's been a downtrend for almost 3 years. On occasion, you will see these little rallies in share price. Those are not to get, those little rallies in the share price would be inducing some impatience. I don't know. But they all failed eventually. And I'm trying to remember when the takeover bid was done. Pretty sure it was at 80 cents. Maybe it was in late 2022. And then they did a massive, it was, I'm pretty sure it was late, maybe December 2022. Takeover bid, that's why share price popped up. So maybe the 2nd of December. In fact, we can verify this. Let's do it. Let's verify this for Bigtincan. 2nd of December 2022. Let's go to the announcements and let's go all the way back. 2nd of December 2022. There it is, unsolicited, non-binding conditional offer from SQN investors. And I'm pretty sure it was like 80 cents. 80, there it is, 80 cents. I can't believe I said I was pretty sure, and it was 80 cents. And it wasn't long after this, the company decided to do a capital raising. They knocked this back, and 6 days later, they did a capital raising. And the capital raising was at a significant discount. I'm trying to remember what it was, maybe 50 cents, 60 cents. So it wasn't as bad as I was thinking, but that's still a significant discount than the takeover bid. So someone wants to buy your shares at 80 cents and they're doing capital raising at 60 cents and the share price has fallen from 60 cents all the way down to 10 cents. That's why I would say shareholders are pretty pissed off with this company, or if this company or the management of this company accepted this takeover bid. That's why the share price plunged on the 9th of December by 21.53%. In fact, the share price fell below the capital raising price of 60 cents. I think there was another capital raising or takeover bid, 22nd of May. Maybe. Let's have a look. 22nd of May. 22nd of May. I could be mistaken. Response to media speculation. That sounds like there's just rumors of a takeover bid. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about when it comes to Bigtincan. Apart from the chart, let's have a look at the latest chart, updated chart. Share price in a downtrend, still in a downtrend. Maybe the share price is trying to consolidate, but it's an ugly looking chart. And I'd say this is an opportunistic takeover. This company, not the highest quality company. In fact, I'd say it's one of the most, among them, the lowest quality companies on the ASX. They have increased revenue to like $100 million or something like that, but still not yet profitable, still burning through cash. Anyway, so maybe we're nearing the end for Bigtincan on the ASX. Coming in number 3, we have 2 companies, Platinum and Regal Partners. So Platinum, there's a takeover bid for Platinum. That's why the share price is up 11.6%. And the company that wants to take them over with a non-binding indicative proposal is Regal Partners. I'm not sure why Regal Partners wants Platinum Asset Management. So no, because Platinum Asset Management is an absolutely dog stock. And you'll see that when we look at the chart in a second. But again, this could be just an opportunity to take over from Regal Partners. Nothing in this yet to say how much it could be. This is just media speculation. In fact, Regal Partners says they note recent media speculation regarding a potential transaction with Platinum Asset Management. They confirmed that he has provided Platinum with a confidential, so this shouldn't be out there. I wonder if Regal is a little bit disappointed or upset that this information is out there, because confidential means this shouldn't be out there, maybe. A non-binding indicative proposal consistent with the terms outlined in Platinum's announcement. They both are constructively working together to firm up the merits of the combination. Okay, so let's have a look at the chart for both of these companies. I still don't understand why they're taking it over, because Platinum Asset Management, they've not done a good job. And you can just see that by the chart. Share price has been downtrend for the longest time. There was a little period here where it looked okay, but why? Why? And on the flip side, Regal Partners doesn't look that bad. Looks like the share price wants to move into an uptrend. Yeah, it's actually in an uptrend. Actually, I am trading this. Some really nice volume coming in after May, which supports this uptrend. So the market is excited about this company. And this is after the share price had been in a downtrend. So definitely a nice looking chart. Really good volume coming in, particularly if you compare it to like 2021, 2022. So yeah, China's not looking as good as it did. It was looking much better. Share price almost got to $4 back in late July, early August. Now it's $3.26. So share price has pulled back, and I'm flat with this company. Bought at $3.23, share price $3.26. Anyway, so that's Regal Partners. And Platinum Asset Management coming in number 3. Let's do New Hope. Let's see how the share price has gone. It's up 2.6%. The market likes it. They released results today. Now, coal prices have fallen. And straight away, I want like a table. So this is a commodity mining company. And the results of this company are highly correlated to the price of the commodity they're mining, which is coal. So if coal prices have gone down over the past year, that means the results, the numbers for this company have gone down in the past year. And that is absolutely true, I would say. So let's have a look at the results. I want a nice table of your results. Is this it? Sort of. In 2016, I was going through quite a few mining companies' results presentations, And I just knew they were going to be bad because they all started with the health, like safety and that sort of thing. And then, like in page 10, they went to the results. So when you're highlighting how safe you've been in the past year, that's the first thing you do. That's probably not a good thing, not a good sign. Anyway, so they have gone safety the first thing here. I don't really care about safety. I'm sorry, I don't really care about that. Coal sales have actually increased. Saleable coal production has actually increased. Coal production has actually increased, but EBITDA down 51%, NPAT down 56%, cash flow from operations down 63%. Again, that's because coal prices have dropped. So again, the performance of this company is highly correlated to the underlying price of the commodity they're mining. And that's all I have to talk about when it comes to New Hope. That's the only thing you have to know about this company. Well, that's not true. There's other things you have to know, but I haven't gone through the presentation in depth to talk about that. Or otherwise, if I try to do that, I'll be just a rambling idiot. Now, the main thing here is how the market's reacted. So the market has actually reacted okay. Now, maybe that's because coal prices have gone up. Let's have a look at West Whitehaven coal. No, there you go. Let's have a look at Yancoal. There you go. So Yancoal, Whitehaven, both down about 0.7%. New Hope is actually up. So a little bit of a positive reaction from the market for New Hope. So let's have a look at the chart for New Hope Coal. Is this a nice looking chart? No, it's not. In fact, the share price in downtrend, nice little bounce today. Share price has sold off, by the way. So in fact, share price has fallen during the day, which is not a good sign. Let's have a look at the weekly chart. What I'm looking for here is any sort of support levels over longer term. Not really, but what you'll see with this company, share price will go up and down based off the price on the underlying commodity. So the best time to buy these companies is when you start to see, like the coal companies, when you start to see coal prices starting to rise, like in late 2020. When the share price of this company was like $1. Share price then went from $1 to $7.50. That is what you can see when it comes to mining companies. When you buy at the bottom of the cycle and then you sell towards the top, you can get really good baggers, like a 10 bagger. Okay, so that's New Hope Corporation. They actually did release results today. Coming in number one, my stock of the day, and I'm a little bit biased here, and a little bit disappointed too. SRG Global, share price down 2.8%. Not surprised. Share price has been a little bit volatile. They did a capital raising at 83 cents. And because of I think it was 83 cents. And because the share price was significantly above the capital raising price, and I bought shares just before they announced the capital raising because they're doing an acquisition, I decided to participate in the capital raising. Now, there's one thing I don't like about what they did, because you had a choice on how much of shares you could buy. It's like 30,000, 15,000, 5,000, 3,000, 1,000. So I went fairly small. I didn't want a massive amount of shares. But then we saw they released the SRG Global Complete $6 million share purchase plan. So I actually did see this and this is interesting. I'll be able to see how many shares I got. And I sort of saw the second paragraph and I went, oh, crap. Okay, so under the SPP, eligible shareholders could apply for up to $30,000 of new fully paid ordinary shares, and there would be a scale back if the amount of applicants was way greater than they expected, or I suppose that's probably a good way to say it. So issue price of 83 cents. Now, this is a no-brainer. Share price was above $1. The capital raising price is 83 cents. So why would you not participate in this capital raising? Same price as the recently completed placement without paying any brokerage costs or transaction costs. Okay. The third paragraph is what actually got me. The SPP was strongly supported by eligible shareholders, as it should have been, and substantially oversubscribed. And I think the word substantially is probably being underdramatic. It was, what's a more dramatic word than substantially, because they should have used that. With SRG Global receiving approximately $53.2 million of valid applications and demand, significantly in excess of the $6 million it was trying to raise. So almost 10 times, actually it's 9 times, 9 times what they hoped for. So this was a significant scale backing. And consequently, in accordance with the terms and conditions of the SPP, the company has scaled back the allotment of new shares on the SPP to all applicants on a pro rata basis to match the $6 million to be raised. I was like, Jeez. So I actually didn't even think about this. So I did apply for $3,000 worth because that was one of the options. So I'm going to be scaled back to $400. Why bother? Why bother indeed? I should have thought about this, and I should have realized it was going to be oversubscribed because where the share price was, and I should have actually increased how much or how many shares I could get. So that was my mistake when it comes to this particular capital raising. So yeah, SRG. Not surprised the share price has pulled back today because now we know how many shares we're going to get. So some people who were smarter than me probably put in $30,000 worth, and they know they're getting $3,000 worth now because it's been scaled back. So they're selling their shares at $1.04, and then getting back those shares, they're selling at 83 cents. It's a pretty smart thing to do, although some shareholders or some people who participate in the capital raising probably, or more than likely, keeping. They're not selling any shares, they're keeping, because I do think this company could be undervalued, even at current share prices. So this is a weekly chart for SRG. It's looking pretty good. It's a nice looking weekly chart. Daily chart looks just as good. Beautiful chart for SRG Global. The other thing to look at is the volume. Really good volume coming in August and September. So beautiful chart for SRG. Okay, so one chart I wanted to show you, the only company I wrote down is XRG, which is XR Reality. This company released a good announcement on the 11th of September, XRG. The market did get interested, but there was a bit of a sell-off. So what was this announcement? It was a $5.6 million contract awarded for the US Department of Defense project. Now, the share price on that particular day went to a high of 6.7 cents. And there was a bit of selling. So this is a fairly negative, bearish one-day candlestick. And I probably mentioned, if I did talk about this company, I would have preferred to see the share price stay above about 5.7, 5.8 cents, but it didn't. Because if it stayed above that level, it was higher than the previous high we saw back on the 1st of July. But the share price kept on dropping. Share price fell all the way back down to 4.3 cents and then kept on dropping the next 3 days. In fact, share price the next day dropped 16, like that, dropped 7%. Then the next day dropped 5%. And then the next day dropped 10.5%. So the share price fell all the way back to where it started before this announcement. And now the share price has recovered today, which is good. I think it has found a floor at about 3.4 cents. In fact, I might put in sneaky bid. You can see the amount of shares at 3.4. The rest of the market knows this. That's the support level of this company is 3.4. I'm going to put in sneaky bid at 3.5 cents. That's what you do. I'll do this after I record this video. I reckon it's found a floor. I'm just going to say that right now. So that's XRG. It just shows you what negative sentiment can do. And yeah, it seemed like an okay announcement, I suppose, but no. Let's do a few comments. Ben Hutchison, ECS is looking at so cheap for the revenue growth. I'm in. He saw an interview with CEO where she said meeting current projected demand was the biggest challenge for the year. That's a good problem to have for a business that could easily scale production 100 times if needed. Capital permitting, of course. Sentiment running against them at the moment, but that will turn patience required. I've done a few videos on this company. ECS, introduction, way back. Where's the dates here? A few years ago, and then I did one for the December quarter. And the main reason, this company actually does look interesting. Cash flow positive, increasing receipts, increasing revenue, pretty sure cash flow positive. In fact, I'm going to have a look at the most recent. If they weren't cash flow positive in the most recent Appendix 4C, they're very close. So let's have a look. Look at that. Record harvest, profit, and revenue for the financial year. So let's have a look at the most recent cash flow report. So we can see the year and the quarter. Oh, they're slightly negative for the quarter and year. I thought that would have been positive, but they're negative. Okay. So it looks like maybe things are a little bit more negative than I thought. And I haven't done or looked at this company for a while. And that's probably why. Okay, so let's have a look at the chart for ECS. And again, sentiment has been negative for this company. and the share price just keeps on dropping. Oh, not by much, but there has been no rally in the share price. Some nice volume did come in towards the end of August. That would have been probably on the results, 28th of August. Yeah, the share price rallied on the back of that. So the market did initially like it, but it was just there for a very short period of time. Share price went to 2 cents, has pulled all the way back to 1.5. So a lot of negative sentiment in this company. And definitely I agree with Ben that it does look cheap for how it's growing. Maybe the market is just waiting for better. I don't know. Definitely one on my radar, even though I think I did say I haven't looked at this for a while. So thank you, Ben Hutchinson, for reminding us of ECS Botanics. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Botanics, yes. James Dean died in 1955. Hoary shied. Market going crazy for Austal. Yes, this is a perennial dog. I don't know if I'll call it a perennial dog. It does have some good years. The market feels like 2006. Rates are up, unemployment is up, yet out of control valuation. Irrational exuberance. We all have an opinion. Rates are up, unemployment is up. Yes. I can definitely understand where you're coming from. I'll put it that way. Rick Thellian, he's talking about SGR. I saw this and I just thought SRG, which is SRG Global. And then I realized we're talking about Star Entertainment Group, which I don't think is trading yet. Still in the trading halt. Will Star Entertainment Group ever come back? Show cause notice relating Bell to report. Show cause notice relating to Bell to report. Okay. And market update. Still in a suspension. And let's go back to Rick Thellian. Asking New South Wales and Queensland government for tax deferrals. Talks are underway. Building costs doubled of the Star building in Queensland. Source ACA, a current affair, Channel 9. Never watched that show. AIA, Auckland International Airport. Eon Air closed 44 cents. MTH closed 19 cents. Okay. Well, thank you for that comment. I'm not sure there's anything I can talk about here. Austal. There's no R in it. I do make that mistake a lot. Austral just makes sense. Austral, but there's no R. Yeah, it did rise sharply after 3 p.m. I actually noticed that. Okay, Austal was down recently because of their former CEO being done for fraud. There you go. I actually did not know that. I interpreted today's contract as long-term submarine part building that also includes funding to expand production capacity. My first big gain in the markets. Yeah, I did not understand that announcement. It just not weirded me out. It confused me. And I am a stupid person, so maybe as a long-term submarine part building that, yeah, okay. SKHA. Hi, Kneppy. Thank you for your videos. Always entertaining and informative. Thank you very much. Keen for you to review the Appen chart after today's intraday reversal. Where is the support and resistance and where you enter? Should like these. I like these, or thumbs up just to know I've read them or discuss them. Let's have a look at Appen. Why not? Appen. I got to do the right thing code. Appen. I'll be honest with you, I don't pay much attention to Appen right now. Although, in saying that, the chart looks interesting. A nice pullback. The volume was pretty high on the pullback. Yeah, it's all over. There's just so much volatility in this company. Share price up 7% today. It was down 2% yesterday, but there was a fair bit of intraday volatility in the company. You'll be able to see that when we look at the 1-minute chart. Now, we look at the 5-minute chart. Yeah, share price popped up on open yesterday and then fell back fairly violently, but it was a time to buy in the first hour of trading today. I think this is just a plaything for day traders. That's my opinion. But the chart does look interesting when you're not viewing this through a day trader lens. I want to say that the chart does actually look interesting. In fact, it looks more than interesting. I'll put that out there. But I'm just staying back from Appen just because it's a day trader's thing. I do like the little bit of return to positivity in today. If the share price gets above $1.75, that will be very powerful. If the share price fell definitely below the previous low, which is 93 cents, so that's a fair way down, that will be fairly negative. And that just shows you how much volatility is in this company. Share price has moved significantly in the past 2 months. And that's why I do think this is a day trader's dream at this point in time. But otherwise, chart looks pretty good. So that's for you, HBK Fortis. No, that's for you, SKHA 8614. What do you think of Delorean, as it is not moving after positive announcements? It probably won't see a major move until the earnings report show positive improvements. Someone's already answered that. ASL is going well. This will be my last comment for the day. Sorry, Stuart Somerville. ASL. Oh, that's our Andean. Oh, and actually, we'll talk about this one. I'm pretty sure they released an announcement today. Pretty sure they've gone into a trading hold. Okay, that'll be my last. Okay, so let's talk about Delorean. This one I do have my radar. They've released a few really good announcements, and share price is below 10 cents. That's interesting. So 10 cents is a really important level. I've mentioned that time and time again. So this company's share price is sort of oscillating below and above 10 cents. They did release an announcement, Tanara facility financial close. Don't really care about that. But a really interesting Appendix 4C. A couple of really interesting Appendix 4Cs. I think a trading update, and the financial results did read pretty good. But let's have a look at the chart. So I am following this company a little bit closely. I would consider taking a position in this company because of this chart. So a really nice pullback, and there was on the 31st of July when they released the most recent Appendix 4C. The market was a little bit disappointed with that. Not exactly sure why. I think the market might have been wrong. Share price pulled back, but then share price took off again. The market loved what they saw in their financial results. Share price has pulled back to this 9 to 10 cents range. Now could be a time to think about taking position in Delorean. I would like to see some bigger volume coming through, however. But the chart does look interesting, and possibly Roger Dawn is right. Maybe the next move will be when they release some more good financial news. Maybe the next Appendix 4C, which they will release in the next month and a bit. That could lead or be the catalyst for the next move for Delorean. Okay, and the last one is Andean from Stuart Somerville. ASL is going well. ASL, when I see that, I just think of Ausdrill, and they changed the name to Parenti. I think it was Parenti. But ASL is Andean, or something like that, Andean Silver. Do they have operations in the Andes? And they have gone into a trading halt. Capital raising? I don't know. I haven't opened it up. Some people don't know this, particularly those who haven't spent much time investing. When a company releases a trading halt, there's 2 pages. Because I have had questions. What's a trading halt about? What is it about? It's not in there. You have to go to the second page. So the trading halt is in regard to a capital raising. Not surprising. So this is an exploring company. On occasion, these exploring companies have to raise capital because that's the whole reason they list on the ASX. And the share price of this company has been on a tear. And that's the time management should raise capital, when the share price has been on a tear. And look at that chart. That's why they're doing capital raising. That's all you have to know. Okay, that's all I've got to talk about in today's video. Time is now after 4 p.m. I was going to put in a little sneaky bid for XRG. I can do that in the closing auction. So if you have any questions, any thoughts, leave those in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, I am not a financial advisor. If you need a financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.